How's it, everybody? Welcome back to the Positive Hour with Travis and Brother Nate.
What's up, brothers? Sisters.
This is
Then we gotta laugh. What's up?
Shock the World.
Shock the world.
This is part 2 of the mental and physical health that we're covering.
Mm-hmm.
Where we left off was on top of the mental health on part 1, if you guys seen it last week. Continue on for this week is going to be the physical health. And it's going to kind of go back and forth between that and your mental health because they kind of go hand in hand. But more so about your physical health and things that we went through and things that worked for us on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, would you like to start it?
Yeah, like me, I was very active when I was younger. Like I used to like to play basketball and I like to lift weights. And I found out, it's like anything else, you gotta try your body, you gotta test your body. You gotta always work it so it can stay in a top shape machine. You gotta strengthen your arms, you gotta lift weights, you gotta get muscle mass to carry things as you get older. Like we was talking about how your body depletes when you get older, so you have to still try to maintain some type of strength in your body. Like walking every day. Keeping the heart pumping all the time. Doing some bicep curls, lifting weights, squats, deadlift, whatever it is you can do physically at your age, do it. And it's like, you gotta look at it like on a piece of iron. In order to make it into a functioning weapon or a car or anything that you can use, you have to beat it. You have to heat it up to its maximum point, and then you have to beat it, and you have to shape it. Same like your body. You gotta push your body to its maximum point.
Mm-hmm.
You have to push your body, and then you have to beat it, and then you have to shape your body.
That's
sculpt
true.
your body. Look at bodybuilders, they know exactly what they're doing. They overheat it, they run and they lift and they go to these insane repetitions until the body cannot take it anymore, right? And then they shape them. They make their muscles and they make they do their thing. So it's a process in making yourself, into physical top condition. Like, what you think, Trav?
I definitely agree. On all that parts, you do have to push yourself into a certain point. Don't be pushing yourself until you break your body, because your joints and ligaments and muscles can only take so much. You're not going to try to do hamstring workouts with 1,000 pounds with 5 million reps and stretch out your hamstring and disconnect it, or try to do calf races and bust your Achilles tendon with something really retardedly heavy. You wanna work it out and be smart. As you're young, yeah, you can push it to get stronger and pick up the weight and whatnot. But you also have to kind of weigh out what you're doing, how big you want to get, your body frame, how much your body frame can handle. Like every human is born differently and has a different body structure and type. You're limited too. Like, I'm not gonna try to go press 500 pounds. Well, my body structure compared to Nate's structure, his one could handle it. Like, it's like trying to say I'm gonna climb in a tiny ass hole in the attic, and Nate's gonna try to do the same thing. It ain't gonna fly.
Putting holes in your ceiling,
or falling through and getting hurt. And I can fall through and get hurt. But it's the point is knowing your limitations, knowing certain things. Where smaller guys are more agile, bigger guys are more brute strength strong. You just got to use it there, and knowing your body. Also, when you start doing that kind of things on your physical health, what you're putting in your body, knowing why it works, how it works. Just taking a buttload of protein can actually hurt you more than help you. And people don't realize that. Like, when you're taking in all these other processed proteins, like your whey proteins, your liver is taking knocks. All that pre-workout that you take is taking cracks. The creatine, all of these things is processed through your liver. And you have to realize when you're putting this in you have to make sure you take care of your liver and your kidneys. But I mean, your liver is where it's going to get a lot of hits on these things. So when you take your protein, if it says 16 ounces of water, you got to take the 16 ounces of water with that protein or milk or whatever. And then you also have to drink 32 ounces of water.
Hydration is very important
to help get it cycling through your body. Because if not, you're going to have buildup. You're going to have problems in your liver and probably your kidneys, because it also siphons through there as well. People have to realize when they're taking it in and things they're eating is going to affect everything. Your complexion of your skin, the quality of sleep, the way you feel. Like when I was younger, I was like, I could eat anything, and I don't feel a difference. And I remember I had this guy that was a stunt guy on a movie. He was like, oh, you just don't know yet, but if you just was to eat healthy, you'd feel a difference. And I was like, nah, it's because you. In my mind, I was being it's because you're weak. But now I definitely see it all. If I actually ate healthier back then and didn't have that mindset, I would have actually seen that eating cleaner does make a difference. And overall, like if you eat cleaner, your body performs better. You don't get sick as much. Your thought process is gonna be a lot clearer and probably react a lot more faster. There's just so many things of eating healthy or balanced diet. Like I mean, we from Hawaii, everybody loves rice, or a lot of people do, or noodles, or you know what I mean, all the fast food stuff. Not fast food, but like the plate lunches. It's great, but I think educating yourselves on what food does to you starts changing your perspective and how bad it truly is. And it stems from when we're little. Yeah. Because, just eat, no worry, you're not going to get them. But it's creating
a problem.
On the first part is sugar. It's creating a dopamine. It's creating a bad habit. And yes, you want to give your loved ones sweets, candies, cookies, cake, ice cream. But in reality, we're actually hurting our future generations.
We are.
Like, if you're going to give them sweets, give them cranberries.
Yeah.
Bananas. Cranberries taste great. And it's sugary. Mangoes.
Sometimes real sour.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Mangoes.
You can give them stuff like grapes, fruits.
Granted, that's processed as well nowadays with pesticides, but it's better than giving them a cookie.
Yeah, it's better than giving them a cookie. They get fiber content.
At least you get something in there. But educating and starting from there will find that your physical health is going to play a role.
Oh, yeah.
Exercising, like Nate said.
The most important part about them, too, is as you get older, you got to worry about your digestive system. That's the most important. Not everybody can process like when you was young. Now you get constipated. You don't drink enough water. If you eat too much protein and eat too much carbs, I was like, why can't I make doo-doo? Because you backed up and your body getting older. So it needs help.
Yep.
So the number one thing for guys like in our age, like, in our 40s, you gotta really now, to me, it's very important to help your digestive system track. Keep going.
Fibers.
Fiber. You know why? A lot of problems can come when you don't take care of your tummy and your intestines. A lot. Yes. By not drinking water, you can get constipated. You can get polyps. You can get ulcers. You can get hemorrhoids. You can get all these things that can happen to you if you do not take care of your digestive tract.
Prostate cancer.
God forbid, pancreatic cancer, liver cancer, stomach cancer. My wife had this really bad virus that hit her right in the middle of her stomach, and it took her to the ER. And it's and because she ate spicy food, but the virus it hit her to the point where she was just feeling just a constant dull ache. But when she ate spicy food and fatty food, it kicked it up a notch to the point where the pain was so bad, take her to ER. So we thought she ruptured something in the stomach. So people now, like he was saying, in the physical aspect, you gotta watch what you intake, the processed proteins and stuff like that. Very important. Can your body take it?
Yep.
Can you digest it? Everything. I know this is maybe TMI, but watch your stool. Your stool
tells you
what you need. How easy it is to use the bathroom. I'm telling you right now, when you get old like me in my age, all that is important, man. Some people, like if you're in my situation, using the bathroom is like, oh, thank God. Like before, I never said thank God that I could use the bathroom. Now I thank God I can use the bathroom, if that makes sense, because it's like sometimes I don't drink enough water, so you damage your body like that. If you leave your feces in your body too long, you create a lot of problems in your body. You can become septic. You get inflammation in your joints. You damage your liver, especially because you has to get it out. So for me, talking about digestive system and the physical health, work on your digestive system now. That's why he was saying, Travis was saying that watch what you give your kids. Help them have a healthy digestive tract now, and instead of it being too late.
Yep.
You know, so like, you know, in essence, like for me, like I want to end my part right here. I give it to Travis. When I was into my powerlifting days, I did not watch what I eat, and I was pretty in shape. I was like 225, and I was healthy, but I kept chasing the weights. But you gotta be nutrition. You have to have nutrition behind it. So I was eating any kind, carb load, bang, bang, bang. Now that I'm in my 40s, I'm having a hard time lose the weight because my body's not young anymore. So now I really gotta work even harder to lose the weight. If that makes sense. Like thyroids and stuff, they all get weak at age. You know, your digestive system gets weak at age. You know, so it's now I really gotta not eat that kind of things. Well, you know, for me anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, but if anybody who has that same problem as me, is you wanna when you're working out. I was a power lifter, you know, so I wanted to always lift heavy. But to lift heavy, you have to gain a lot of weight. But you gotta know how to gain the weight. You gotta gain the right weight, the right muscle mass, not fat, the muscle mass, and then you gotta also know how to lose it and have the same self-control you had on building your power is the same self-control you gotta come down from not eating that kind of things anymore because your body takes a beating. What you think? For me anyway, people in my situation.
100% agree on all of that. That all makes total sense, and there is right ways of doing that and wrong ways of doing it. On dieting, people like you said, when I was lifting, I wasn't lifting to be an old bodybuilder, but I was lifting to get bigger, and it was just eat everything. If you actually look at real bodybuilders, they'll be eating, instead of eating like rice, a buttload of rice and a buttload of meat, they're actually doing macro counts. Like they're gonna eat 1 full cup of oatmeal with strawberries, bananas, and peanut butter, some type of protein, and they're gonna take 5 eggs with steak. They're gonna eat it clean, but it's still a proper process of building it. Instead of just like we just eat everything, ice cream, and we gonna lift because we gonna burn them. But little did we know we was gaining, but we was also not gaining a proper way where you would develop things correctly ish. You're just putting on unnecessary processed fat. I would call it.
And you're damaging your joints. You know,
damaging everything.
You cannot heal.
But I mean, there's a lot of stuff to it all. I mean that's just the part of where we're going from, where we're eating and trying to take care of the kids and building the right foundation. From when they're little, when they're coming up. Like, yes, let them enjoy certain things, but at the same time, kind of let them know that these things are better for them. Make them, like, when they're little kids, like little boys, little girls, you tell them, this is gonna, for the little boy, it's gonna make you stronger. It's gonna give you big muscles. Or for the girl, it's gonna make you like into this beautiful princess. You can kind of play this game with them. And it's psychologically, if you start winning it over, they have that in their head. No matter how old or whatever they get, it's still gonna be there. It's a seed that's planted. And you just watered it, and you're just letting it flourish into a prosperous fruiting tree or vegetable. You know what I mean? Avocados, like we said that on, I think, another podcast. You just got to keep watering and nurturing it until let it go. But if we just give up or we don't do it, we're just dooming everything down the line.
Just like your body.
And if you look at all the processed foods from when we were little kids to now, why is there more birth defects? ADD or whatever they're saying, ADHD, autism, everything is on the rise, like at astronomical rates. And it's because we're doing processed foods. If you look at like New Zealand, Australia, Russia, as much, you know what I mean, that's a war, but everywhere but United States, Britain, they cut out processed foods.
It's illegal in countries what we partake in here. It's illegal in other countries.
It's because they know. I mean, hell, in Kellogg's cereals, in your cereals, if you look there, I forget there's a, don't quote, I know there's a chemical in the cereal that is, if ingested on high quantities, you'll die. It's in Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, the stuff we eat. We just never knew about it. The Nutri-Grain bars that you think is so healthy for you is actually so bad for you. It's in there. Quaker Oats products are bad. They have it in there. I will try to remember what it is or find it and maybe post it in the description of what the product is that's in there. But there's things in there that is detrimental to you. We didn't know. Did you know that aluminum when we was little was bad for you?
Wait, no.
No, we didn't. But
terrible
aluminum,
now.
this is what's more messed up. And I just found this out yesterday from my uncle and my auntie. Was, aluminum foil? Super toxic for you.
They say aluminum causes Alzheimer's.
Yep. Because why? It's in your deodorant, it's in your shampoos, it's in your body soaps.
It's in your cans, in your food.
It's in everything. Aluminum's in almost in everything. And what happens with aluminum is it actually settles into your brain. And you can't pull aluminum out. It's not like you can mine it out. It'll stay there. And that's what causes the mental health.
Yeah.
When you start having things blocking your receptors in your brain or landing on your brain is very, very, very fickle. You know what I mean? You can't be, you just touch it ever so softly that you think it's just a tap will damage something. I mean, and right there's a point. You have things that are going in you. They say, oh no, deodorant will not enter your body stream through your pores. I promise you pour cyanide on your skin, you're gonna die.
Oh yeah, everything.
Everything
Your
enters.
skin is the most absorbent organ in your body.
Exactly.
Takes in everything.
So I mean, it stems from there. Just a little. That's a little food for thought. Try look at deodorants that don't have aluminum anymore in it.
So expensive.
It does cost money.
Because it costs money to live right.
Yes.
It's harder. It's harder.
They have some that are decently priced. I think there's like Native or something like that is manageable. But we're not trying to promote any of these things. We're just trying to tell you guys what to look at. But that's that portion on your physical health, and coming down to, we were talking about when you get colds on the other for the mental health. I don't know if people are noticing, but a lot of the colds that's coming around now is just getting a hell of a lot stronger than what it was 10 years ago. I don't remember colds busting up guys for 2-3 weeks on end, or they still have runny nose for like a month, or it's just things are not lining up.
Yeah, because I have a theory. Like I believe because we was masked and we stayed away from so many people, we also was masking ourselves from the day-to-day codes and stuff that we was normally immune to, but because we wasn't accepting that as well, we take a bigger hit in it. Like you was talking about the avocado tree, right? Same as your body. You want the avocado tree to bear more avocados. What you gotta do after every harvest?
Trim them.
You gotta trim them. Trim your body. Trim the fat in your body. Trim the sugar intake. Trim the sodium intake. Help your body help you grow. Help your body last. It's so important that you help your body to last. For some people who look at the podcast might be thinking, I'm going to do what I like. True. Now, remember what you said now. If you say you're going to do whatever you like, you got to take the consequences that come along with, I'm going to do whatever I like, And I tell people, like I tell my son and I explain to people, don't take it out on the world now.
True.
This is a mental thing now. Because you decided in yourself to not change and help yourself, right? To me, it's because you're miserable and the mistakes that you made. Don't force that on other people. That's not fair. You made the self-conscious effort to say, I'm going to eat what I like. I'm going to take care of myself. Don't blame anybody else but yourself. Take accountability, okay, for the people out there. It's not a mental thing, We as a human race sometimes forget about accountability. Okay, I'm gonna work on your mentalness right now and your physical stuff. People suggest to us how to get better. Go walking. We're talking about, right? Going walking, exercising, eating right. For the people out there, if we give you the answers, or a lot of people give you the answers, right, to try and to get better, but you don't. You cannot get mad at other people and start complaining about your life. This is very important now. to build a strong body is to build a strong mind, and vice versa. To build a strong mind is to build a strong body. Take accountability for your actions. That's the first step. I don't know where this is coming from, but I think this is important. Because we find we can also get trapped mentally if we don't be accountable for ourselves.
Yeah.
Start to look at ourselves now. How we look, how we change, how we feel, how we think. Would this benefit us in the long run? What we do?
True.
Our eating and exercising. I say this. You can start taking accountability for yourself and your actions. I feel mental and physical health will be good.
I agree.
Because you start to take action. Oh, damn. You think about it, what you're doing to yourself. You take accountability for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You either going to take accountability and I'm going to eat my way to death, which is fine. That's your God-given right.
Yeah.
But you're going to die a very painful death. Or you can take accountability and say, I got to change. I got to change my mindset. I got to work on my mind. Don't eat these things.
You still could die a horrible death.
Yeah.
But it betters your odds. Sorry, Nate.
No, you can still die a horrible death depending, but at least you didn't try.
Better 1% of something.
At least
you
could say you was mentally strong. For the people who are struggling with mental health and finding, at least you were strong in one aspect. Sometimes life is like that. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You cannot have it all, but you might as have one. If you're weak in one area, maybe if you're strong in one particular area, you will help that one part that is lacking.
True.
Because if you're a physical person and you bench 400 pounds, you give yourself confidence.
Yep.
If you smart and your body is dying and you say, I'm going to use this and I'm going to research what I eat, and you start to get stronger, your mind help your body get stronger.
Just look at Jordan Peterson.
It all depends on what you are strongest at, either physical or mental. Whatever part is you stronger, use that to make the other side better.
Makes total sense. And
you can. And you can. You can.
You will. As
You
long as you
will.
do it. You just got to do it.
And find people with the same mindset as you. Get a lot of people out there. Just find them. For you over there suffering from depression, let's go back to the mental part. Find people that you can relate to in your family and your friends. And they can help, and you can pull each other out of it, believe it or not.
Yep.
It's all about finding the right path, finding that solution that best fits you, taking accountable for what your actions, what you may do, and look at the process and trust the process.
That makes sense to me. I mean, and another thing that on the physical and mental, it's going to actually go both, is educating yourselves on what's going on. Like how Denzel Washington said it best is, if you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed.
Yeah.
100% factual, because we cannot trust a lot of things that are out there now. We can't tell where's truth on both sides of the party. We can't trust what our government says, and then there's people out there that just want clickbaits, and that's when we made the positive hour. We're trying to look at it where we're just telling it to you in other forms, instead of it being like, oh no, it's the end of the world. That's not how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it differently.
I want you to fight, even if it's the end of the world. Fight.
Yeah. Give it to the very last shot until you did everything you could, and then you're on the deathbed, said, I tried it all. And that's it. And I understand not everybody's gonna be able to do it, but at least if you tried some, at least you gave it something than nothing. At least try. And it's not try one time. You have to try thousands of times, and then you can say, maybe I tried enough.
No, yeah.
But not 1, 10, 15, 20 times. That's nothing that. You got to keep trying and trying and trying and dig. And if you're not getting a result, change where you're going. Just because you think your doctor's the greatest, if he's not giving you the result you want, go to somebody else, because you know what? There's more than one way to build a house. Not everybody's way is the right way. But there's going to be one guy that's the most efficient way that's going to help you through that.
Yeah.
Now, coming with that said, is your physical health. Now, I know everybody's over this COVID stuff, but what has to come out is education on it, and not fear. This is not a fear thing. This is to teach you and educate you on things you should know about COVID, because it's a man-made disease.
Yeah.
What they are not teaching you is that when you do get COVID, you get these things called spike proteins. It's real. It's been creating microclots, and it can. That's what's giving people heart attacks, heart palpitations, brain aneurysms, brain fog, all these things that is they're calling it long COVID. If you don't know, there's a list that goes on for days, and it does all kinds of things. It creates like POTS and all kind of different diseases. But educating yourself on what this disease does is very important, because this thing is non-discriminatory to anybody, kids, adults. It does not matter. So like before they were saying, oh, kids get it, it's nothing to them. Contraire. It's a 10 to 30% chance of long COVID symptoms of anything. Of loss of taste and smell, lung problems, heart problems, microclots, brain fog, fatigue, and the list goes on. Anxiety, depression. The list goes on and on and on.
This virus is the only virus that I know that affects you mentally and physically.
And it's delayed. It's a delayed response.
And the only way you can defeat this thing is if you have good physical health and mental health. And we have given, I believe, good answers about how to get through it. You know, like you told them about the mushrooms and the K2 and the noctocuriosis and the aspirin. You're taking all those things to bleed out all the spike proteins in your body. Research it and find out what best works for you. This is a serious note now. If you're suffering from any mental or physical thing, from COVID or any type of ailment in your body, get out of that mindset that you're trapped. Find a way. Talk to people. Like Travis was saying, ask for help. Don't be ashamed. You are a smart enough person to realize if you're getting played or you're getting essential help. Don't give up. Don't stay in your house. Don't say shut it out. You know a lot of people, your friends and your family. Fish them, talk to them, see who takes the bite. You will not be sorry when you do.
Yep.
Because believe it or not, we as a human race, we're very compassionate and willing to help. Majority of the people. Find that person. And people, if you're strong enough to help these people, stay with them to the end with it. Don't just stay a little while and quit.
Yep. Stick it through.
Mental. Build your mentalness, your mental strength to stay with the person and help them. Because when you was with someone to the end, oh man, when the outcome comes, whether good or bad, whether they get better or they pass away, at least you know you was there with them to the end.
Truth.
And that's a good feeling. To do an unselfish act for someone else. Kindness can also defeat mental and physical shortcomings.
Yep.
Because you get purpose. You get a result at the end. You know, like Travis was saying, go walking. Express your mind. Expand your body. You know, do things to take your mind out of your head. Your head is not where you're supposed to swim in. It's the most powerful, most unrealistic thing that even scientists can understand what's going on in our cranium. So you don't try to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't swim in waters that you don't have to swim in.
That's true.
Pull yourself out. Go take a deep breath in the ocean. Find friends. Find family that you can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, go look for it. Go look for it. And if somebody, for God sakes, people, if your friend or family says, what's wrong and we need to help, take it. Yes. Take the hand and go. Stop living in a sad, depressive state. You feel better.
Yep.
You know, on a serious note, I'm going to pass it to him because I want him to expand what he feels. We started this thing to try to help people get out of their sadness and depression. We try to do the positive hour to uplift the people in this world, whoever watches this. This is very important. We cannot save everyone. Me and Travis cannot talk to 1,000 people individually. We'll die. We'll lose our mind. We're human race. Now, don't get me wrong. The human race is not meant to help everyone. That's the truth.
Yes.
But with our platform, we can talk to you one-on-one. Hopefully, you connect with us in the camera.
Yeah.
And you can find other people who help. That's just how it works. It's a cycle. One help one, one help one. If everyone decides to help one, we cover the world. We would cover the world.
Fast.
If one person just help one person in their mental or physical state, we will recover the world.
Yes.
Think about that. Think about that.
That is
'Cause
true.
he knows people that I don't know, and I know people that they don't know, and vice versa. You help the one, then that will spread.
Hell, if you can do 2 or 3, it's even better.
Even better. But whatever you can handle, right?
Yes.
In a mental now, because you don't like lose your mind either, the helper. But here's the thing now, and this is what I want to put accountability on the people watching. Are you a talker or are you a doer? There's something on the Instagram that I read is take the pain, embrace the pain,
Yep.
love the pain. Are you a talker or are you a doer?
Just like pain and gain. Are you a doer or a don'ter?
And if you're not, that's okay. Find someone who is like that and hang with them.
Yep.
Hang with the positive that will pull you out of any mental or physical thing, my brothers and sisters out there. That's the number one thing. You go and look for that one person and you get better. That's the thing. You have to take accountability for yourself too. We can help you with all the knowledge, bro. We can lead you to the water.
You got to drink.
If you don't drink them, that's fine. But just remember, gonna have another horsey on the side gonna drink your take. And he gonna get better. And you be like, oh, how come he ain't getting better? Because you never drink. So that you can take from what us, and you don't want to believe in us, fine. Go and research it yourself. But you're gonna find out that, hey, common ground, meet. Then what if you finding out that more than one resource or one source of information is correct and you don't follow it,
That's on you.
that's on you. So I think, one of the, like we was talking about, right? There was another thing on Instagram that was interesting. Remember I showed you?
Which one?
The grandparents, remember? He
Oh,
said,
yeah.
if I spoil, he goes, I want to spoil my grandchildren. So I raise my kids to work hard. But if I spoil my kids, I'm going to be ending up raising my grandchildren. So you want to cycle good, strong values in an individual so he can pass that along.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't you closest to anyway.
Yeah.
So it's important. We're talking about mental and physical. It all starts with the individual.
Yes.
That's why I want to talk about accountability. And if you cannot, find the person who can help you.
Yep.
And the person who's that helper, stick with them to the end. Don't half-ass them. Stick with them. And if you cannot take it, tell them I need a break. But communicate. And then jump back in it.
True.
So for me, that's what you think, bro. In the mental and physical. What is your feeling about it?
No, definitely the accountability is there. I would agree with all what you said. And accountability, well, people have to remember now, like going back to anything on physical health, and we're talking about the part of when you're talking about the COVID as well. Don't just sit back and just not educate yourself. Like there's a lot of BS out there. If you guys want to get through the BS, I can tell you this right now. The best thing to do, if I was to get COVID right away, if I couldn't get my hands on, I'm not a doctor, Okay, but if I, you know what I mean, if I get my hands on ivermectin or hydrochloroquine, that's the things I would take first. But since I can't, they have the, or if I can't get it, I would do the Paxlovid. And it's not saying that's going to help with anything on the long runs of everything, but making sure you have accountability and knowledge of what you're doing. There's more things that go to this whole things that can help you get over certain things, especially long COVID and stuff like that, that worked for me and Nate and some other people that I gave the concoction to. And of course, like I said, the brain scan stuff helped, the Brain Health Hawaii. But all of these things is making you accountable. Don't be lax. Don't think things on your physical or mental health is just gonna.
Don't take it lightly.
Don't take it lightly. Like we said, this is your physical health now. What you put in, what you get out.
Yeah.
Avocado is great for your brain. You should do it. You know what I mean? Fish, a lot of fish. I know a lot of people might not like fish. Maybe they do like fish. Raw fish, poke, ahi, high in omega-3s. You could eat saba, salmon, high in omega-3s. Sardines is really high in omega-3s. I know a lot of people don't like it, but cook it with some onions. You could do it. Show you onion. It tastes fine. Smells not the greatest, but who cares? I would eat anything if it made me just be top shape. If it was dog poop and you told me you eat this special dog poop, I would eat it. As long as it was proven that it would work. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I would eat it.
Just to counter what you say real quick on fish is good for pregnant women because it has selenium, which helps with good pregnancy.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
'Cause my wife, we lost one baby, and she had the second child. We had my son Isaiah was premature, but they found studies that selenium helps to hold the baby and to get the baby to be healthy and the mother, so she can help hold the baby longer. If that makes sense.
Omega-3s.
Okay, omega-3s and selenium, which is high in ahi and fish.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to share that.
So is mercury in fish.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Well, you cannot, like I'm saying, it's a little bit helps, you know.
But what I will give you as a note for this is, do you know why they have seaweed with poke like that, or the sashimi wraps? Not sashimi, but like the nigiri wraps. Did you know that seaweed also absorbs the mercury?
Oh, there you go. See, Japanese knew because they eat them raw, so they know. They went study. They probably went study. For you out there too, okay? Leave my Japanese people alone. Cook your food. No. There's a reason why they do it, okay? But that's a good point. I just want to side bet over there, okay? You know, sometimes it's faster to eat it raw.
And it's fine. No, but no matter what you do, salmon, cook, not cooked, you still have the mercury in there. But I'm not saying just go pound it.
I did not know that seaweed absorbs the mercury.
Yes.
But that would make a lot of sense.
Yep.
What do you know what the wasabi do?
Nothing. It's fermented. Probably good for you somehow. I didn't research that one.
It's a radish, you know.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things I do. I've been researching more, especially after I got
never
over
know
COVID.
that. That's a good point, man.
And just if you just look at it, if you was to follow just a very, very healthy diet and balanced, you'd probably get over and not have a lot of things. There's times I've heard that runners and people that were super healthy had really bad side effects from this virus that hit their lungs or brain fog. But educating yourself.
Yes.
There's a lot of people out there that's going to do the scare tactics and give you a lot of BS and I message a lot of them to get it, to try to see what they did. But my advice is be proactive. Be proactive. Don't take this thing lightly. Whenever you're sick, just treat everything as it's not like back in the days where I thought it would sweat the poison out. Hell, I went running 3.5 miles with COVID and I got train wrecked later because I didn't know that's not how it works. Rest, hydrate, overhydrate with water. Overhydrate.
That's a weird thing, you know. You said that. Oh, let's go back to you ran 3.5 miles when you had COVID.
Yep.
Usually, when you do that with the flu or something, it'll work because you'll sweat it out.
Yeah.
But that damn virus doesn't also the flu virus and the cold doesn't have spikes to the end of it, so it won't latch on.
Yeah,
so it's weird, bro.
And it was delayed. I got over the fever in 2 days and everything. I felt good on the third day, fourth day, fifth day. I lost sense, taste, and smell. It's just weird, but it's because I let the spike protein cycle my body.
Yeah,
and it will latch onto things. And I didn't do other things to prevent it, which I didn't know, and I wasn't supposed to do that. But it was something that I learned now.
It's a weird virus.
It's
just
COVID.
Weird.
It's just totally
virus,
weird. But
man,
knowing what to do on it is what it is. What I would suggest to people is go. You wouldn't be able to find him. His name is Peter McCullough, and they censoring him to the max, like to the max. But if you follow him on Telegram, there's things on there that he puts out so his studies showing what helps.
They might censor us. We finding stuff that
They
can
might.
help you naturally do it. You know.
They might, but I didn't give any real key points on anything to give and take.
So you talk about mental and physical stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which COVID falls in both categories,
yes, it
right?
does.
So I'm not going to get off point. Ain't this a weird virus? It affects people so differently.
Yes.
The flu, body chills, high fever.
Maybe you
know,
die.
RSV, everybody coughing.
Yeah.
You know, this one can affect your brain, your stomach,
Your heart.
your nose.
Lungs.
Like I had sunburn from the top of my head to my feet. That burning pain. My skin was red. I talked to my friends like, but I just had the kind amount of friends like, only my sinuses, lung. It's weird. It's so weird. And I think like Travis was saying it's important to try to investigate it and find ways to overcome these symptoms, because I'm telling you right now, man, we went through a nasty spell. His anxiety is bad. My brain fog, brah. There's times where I in my head I'm talking to Travis and or my wife, and they're like,
What?
"You didn't say nothing." I said, "I did." Didn't say anything, but in my head I said it, and I had a hard time come out. Even now, my speech is delayed. It's weird. So it's like I like for me, like I was telling him, he went and had anxiety. My head felt like it was in a vice grip. Like it was crushed. I really think that I got mental damage from this COVID that I got, because I had 104 fever.
Oh yeah. And I went running.
And it lasted like 3 hours. So I took, and I'm telling everybody to take this now, okay? To dampen the pain and the fever, I took 500 milligrams of extra strength Tylenol, and that's the only thing that helped it. Now I think if I went a day or more with that feeling symptom, I probably went ER. Probably went to the ER. So but like he said, I'm gonna just ram this down your throat. Taking stuff like Nattochaisin, K2, the small milligram baby aspirin, and drinking plenty of water helped alleviate all those symptoms.
Yep.
Because
Overhydration is
overhydration.
key.
No, okay, don't get water toxicity now. That's two different things now. Watch your body. Make sure you shishi it out. Don't keep drinking water. Because I got water toxicity once. It's not fun. You're gonna get pain in your stomach. You're gonna diarrhea, vomiting, all that. So be careful now. But when you're overhydrating, make sure you shishi or you're sweating it out. Okay?
Yes.
Don't just keep containing the water. You will get very sick. So with that being said, and I'm gonna say a thing, and I'm gonna let him close it out. Remember now, when you have a problem, look for the solution, mentally or physically. Okay, don't be afraid to ask for help. Please don't be afraid. Always think the brighter side for your life. Always think positive if you can. Never stay in a dormant state with your body or mind. Test yourself. Read, challenge your mind. Challenge your body. Then take a break if you have to. But don't stay stagnant. That's my whole goal. For the body and the mind, don't stay stagnant. And find that one person in your life that will always be there to motivate you and to keep you strong.
Makes sense.
And the one doing the motivation, don't quit on the guy.
I agree.
Or girl. What do you think, Jeff?
I agree with everything you said. Don't give up on the person that you're working with on the last piece you said, but don't push too hard. Just kind of stay there. Like how you said one time when you were helping one of your other friends, you just sat there.
Just sometimes
Just
just gotta sit
there, and you just don't have to say nothing. Just be there. Let them know that you're there, and they're gonna try to push you away, but I think you just keep pushing forward on it. The other part is, like how Nate said, don't be stagnant, mental or physical. Try to take little, instead of it being like you're looking at it in a big goal at the end, like this is where I want to be or gotta be. Look at it as, if you did 10 steps, make a 11 step.
That's a good point.
Yeah, every day, just little minor things. Oh, I don't want to lift weights. Well, just go get the 2-pound weights and do 1 set of 10. The next day, do 2 sets of 8. The next day, do 3 sets of 9. The next day, do 3 sets of 10. Just make your way with micro goals. Add it on. And eventually, you will see yourself progress to where you need to be.
I like that, micro goals.
Yeah.
That's more easier to achieve and to see productivity faster. That's a good point. Make micro goals.
You cannot be just thinking you're going to go gusto and you're going to get it every time.
Oh,
You're nuts.
good, bro.
That's like going to Vegas and saying 1 million on black. Bro, you're probably going to lose. 50-50 chance. You know what I mean? You got to do micro goals. You got to do it slowly. You just got to build. And then in that time that you're building, it will teach you the concept of everything else that you need to learn. It'll teach you your successes and failures. It'll teach you that. You need to do that micro goals, because then you need to find out where your body is. But micro goals first. Just do that. 1 step more.
Last but not least, I ask you a question and you can answer. What is the number one thing you feel that can motivate anyone to do anything? What you gotta have in your mind and in your heart to progress?
You gotta have faith, bro.
Faith?
You have to have. I mean, well, if you're religious, definitely. You gotta have. It's gonna be kind of weird how I say this or how it works for me but you gotta have faith. Well, one is you have to have faith. You have to have drive. You have to have determination in yourself.
Okay.
But then the other thing you want to do at the same time is
before you have that, and you always say it too. I believe you gotta have confidence.
Oh.
That's a people, right, who suffer from low self-esteem, no more confidence.
That's true.
So that drive is very good to have all that. I want to just state, and you can expound on this too if you want to. Confidence, being confident in your decision and confident in yourself to say that I can do it.
Yeah, true.
Which is also faith.
And then
in
faith. I mean, and then if you're religious, God is gonna. I always said from when I started the company, it was always weird.
No,
he always gave something, and I could never understand why. But that is a big one. But on top of that, I think the drive, faith, determination, just never giving up is what's going to be the factors to this all. And you just got to keep pushing. Look at it in little steps and just keep going. Having people that's around you that's positive. Nobody that's negative. Everybody that's negative, just dump them. Just drop it like it's hot. Just get them out of your way. But just doing that stuff will help you get.
And being around people who boost your confidence.
Yes. But I think that's pretty much what it would come down to for everything, your mental and physical health. But with that being said, we'd like to leave you off with that notes right there. Hopefully we helped you guys. And we see you next week on another Positive Hour. Aloha.
God bless you guys.